married in my 20s still, you know what I mean, to the biggest star in the world. My trajectory was here, and then hers, she's already in a different stratosphere. I would lay up at night thinking like, is this who I am? Am I Mariah's man? Is that what my life is supposed to be? There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm like, this ain't the version of yourself. And then when you have children, your man shit is like, wait, I'm carrying a purse, the diaper bag, you know. I'm standing on the corner, I'm like, wait, you know, like she rocking being all the out.
This right here is why y'all should know that origin story about women being a man's helpmate in his rib is a lie. This moment right here is why you should know that's not actually that's not actually how any of this is supposed to go. I'm just saying. If this is an example of a woman being at the height of her power and just being extremely impressive, you being a man that is also impressive, smart, you have your own businesses. Nick Cannon wasn't ever anybody to actually sneeze at. So even if you are holding the bag because your wife is holding the babies, the fact that you are seeing yourself as less than in that moment, it really just goes to show how men's socialization, that whole rib story and women having to be a helpmate to them and not the other way around, has created such a warped mind, like a warped ego thing. Like, it's really crazy to both be extremely successful and rich, to be the guy that gets the girl that everybody wanted. This should make you feel even better about yourself because you are so much younger, not as rich, and you pulled Mariah Carey, impregnated the first nigga ever in life to impregnate Mariah Carey. And instead of making, looking at that and feeling like, nigga, I'm that nigga, I pulled Mariah Carey. She was on a poster on my wall. And he used to say that, but he didn't really believe it. But what makes him feel like a man is being able to go around and impregnate all of these stupid women that he's able to basically mind fuck into a cult-like atmosphere. He wants to be the head of a cult. Being the head of a cult makes you feel like a man, apparently. Like, to me, it is insane that having someone that is of great value, who is obviously looked up to, like, to have her, to actually be able to say that is your wife and your baby's mother, you still walk around using that as a sign that you that nigga. But at the same time, you're admitting that you did not feel good about yourself just because you had to keep comparing yourself to her, instead of looking at her as proof of your prowess, as proof of who you are. You compare yourself to somebody that you know you were never going to be able to compare yourself to. That's insane. Yo.
For that,
by the way, she deserves it.
I believe she needs a dude like that.
Yeah,
I'm just not that dude. Her and I never had problems.
Yeah,
never argued. Never even with me struggling in this space. Yeah. She's so understanding and so evolved and lives in her own world. That's the thing. When someone has their own world and you got to be a participant in that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm main character. It was like muscle atrophy. I'm not being the dude that God put me on this earth to be.
So God wanted you to do this, Nick? Because to be very clear, Nick, I don't think Mariah was ever stopping you from being a mogul. Look at Jay-Z. Like, it was never stopping you from being a mogul. The fact that you were with Mariah Carey, it was not stopping you from being an example of an entrepreneur and a businessman and a Black man that's extremely successful in a medium of media in several different forms: acting, comedian, producer, writer. Like, Nick Cannon was already such an impressive person. And the fact that he did not feel that way about himself until he became a fucking Pookie and Ray Ray is insane. You didn't feel good about yourself as a man until you were able to go around disappointing, lying, and basically being a narcissist with other women. Until you were able to mentally best women and take advantage of them, you didn't feel like a man, because a lot of men, what they think is a man is somebody that is really good at taking advantage of other people, especially women. Ain't that crazy? Y'all, that is crazy. And I hate to say it, but he's not the only one that feels this way. That's why women go around sliding their fucking debit cards across the table to a nigga that's not paying for dinner, acting like he's making more than he's making so that the world won't feel like he's being emasculated. Get the fuck out of here. The fact that you even feel less than, it to me is a sign that you're not the man you think you are. I can't make you any lower than you already are. That's how you see yourself. That's how you see yourself. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So the fact that he could not look around him, look within himself, and find the confidence to not sabotage his relationship simply so that he can get pats on the backs from other niggas that won't be there when he really needs somebody anyway. It'll always be these women. It'll always be these women. But he will only pat himself on the back when other men are validating him being a fuck nigga. Ain't that crazy? To me, that's really what this is telling me. You cared more about how other men felt about you than you actually care about the woman in your life that is the person that's there for you the most. That shit, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. To me, it really is just a lot of homoerotica. It's a lot. That's why it's crazy the way a lot of straight people have such issue with outwardly, openly honest gay people. Like, you act like you're mad about something that has you in like a higher moral standard. Like, you really think your hatred of gay people makes you morally superior. But in all honesty, what you really have a problem with is their honesty, which really makes you morally insuperior to them, in all honesty. It's weird, because I was just listening to Erica De Niro, and she was talking about the men who feel like they're not gay, they just like having sex with other men. I'm sorry, that's what gay is. I don't know if you missed the definition of it. It's not being in a relationship with a man. It is simply being sexually attracted to one. Meaning, if you can get hard, if you can be aroused, my nigga, you're gay. You're gay. That's it. And it's all right. It's okay. Everyone's done it. It's fine. And then you find out how many of these niggas who y'all worship really have done it. Okay? Because Lord have mercy, the way y'all keep trying to turn Diddy assaulting people into him simply being a freaky nigga that likes to have sex with both men and women. That's what they keep trying to make this out to be. But it's really somebody that's a predator. But again, being able to exact power and being able to scam and get over on a whole bunch of men and women, whether in business or in romantic relationships, makes everybody view you as that nigga. Even when they come on, Easy A reference. Listen, you better pick it up. Okay. But yeah, he looks and sounds like a fool, but that's not surprising to me. That's how it be, y'all.